I mean, damn. Jesus, Yahshua, did not incarnate on earth to establish or create a religion. No, that was man-made, right? Jesus arrived to awaken divine remembrance within human beings. His message was radical because it returned authority to the individual. That alone made it precarious. That alone made it dangerous. The kingdom of God lies within you. Is not poetry. It was/is instruction. Because once everyone realized their divinity is internal, then no external authority is required to assess God. No gatekeepers, no intermediaries, no fear-based hierarchy. You know how they do in religion. That single realization collapsed every power structure built on obedience and giving our power of choice over to others. So the message had to be redirected. You did. It had to be redirected. And oh, wow, it's too much, right? Jesus taught inter authority, direct communion, and communication. This was replaced with inherited sin and external salvation. Because people who believe they are broken will submit to anyone who claims to fix or save them. Jesus' message of inter-sovereignty was replaced with obedience. Obedience. In truth, not man-made fiction, Jesus violated religions constantly. Jesus did that. He healed on forbidden days, they say, ignored dogma, and chose love over rules and by beliefs. He bypassed beliefs. Religious teaches obedience, confession, submission, tight, because obedience suppresses a person's innate knowing, intuition, and discernment. A person trained to obey will defend corruption, even if and when it wears holy clothing. We see it all the damn time. People who claim titles, such as pastor, priest, rabbi, reverend, apostle, titles they give themselves. Experts that wear the labels as a mask to hide their true intentions. Jesus taught that love dissolves fear. Religious institutions taught and they teach hell, judgment, external punishment. Because fear, fake expectations of being real, is the fastest virus ever invented. A terrified mind does not question. A person who remembers the divine origin stops our sources of authority. You see, Yahshua was turned into an idol instead of the waysure that he really was. And follow me became worship me, because worship creates passivity. Empowerment and embodiment creates equals, and equals cannot be ruled. Control systems only survive when people forget who they authentically are. Awakened individuals do not need permission, you dig? They do not need savers. They do not need fear to behave ethically. And that is precisely why control has always targeted consciousness first. Jesus was not preaching submission. He was preaching consciousness mastery. Christ was not meant to be worshipped as a distant figure, but realized as a state of consciousness and a way of being, B-E-N, in the world. Religion could have lasted for centuries more. It had the crowd, the money, the buildings, the loyalty. But it's drowning itself out. Why? Why, someone asks? Why? Because the stories it keeps selling are tearing its clothes off in public. Religion was built to survive generations. It had every era thing its system needs to live long. Ritual, community, fear of punishment, promise of reward, a book, a building, a type. Grandparents passed it to parents. Parents passed it to their children. It could have gone another 500 years without blinking. Because humans crave meaning, belonging, and a mouth for suffering. Give people that, and they would defend it with their damn lives. So the system was safe until it opened its damn mouth. But the kind of stories it keeps pushing are exposing it. It called Yash for backsliding. It's a slang for backsliding. And now religion keeps bending over on stage. How? Someone asks. How? Number one, the prosperity story. Sow a seed, break poverty. But the pastor in a jet while the member cannot even pay rent. The math is loud. The miracle story. Bring your problem. Leave with a solution. But the hospitals are full. The suicides keep rising. And the receipts are missing. 3. The morality story. We are the standard. Yet scandals, cover-ups, abuse, and theft keep leaking from the same altars. You know, it's a thin line between preaching and pimping. You dig? Number 4, the end story. Don't think, don't plan, don't build, just wait. You know, wait broke fucking wagon. The wagon was broken for waiting. Now you stuck. Meanwhile, nations collapsed because nobody stayed to fix the road, the school, the grid. Number 5, the obedience story. Don't question, just believe. But the internet exists. Archives exist. His story exists. People can now compare. And every time one of these stories is told, the curtain drops a little more. The audience sees what was hidden, and you cannot unsee it. And how often do we confuse storytelling with truth-telling? Huh? A good story moves emotions. A true story survives scrutiny. Religion became addicted to emotions, energy in motion. Shout, cry, fall, dance, give, repeat, repeat, repeat. But it forgot evidence. It forgot ethics. It forgot accountability. So now every new story becomes another hole in the wall. And the wall is falling brick by brick by brick by brick. Live stream by live stream. And why is this happening now and not 200 years ago? Because information has no gatekeeper anymore. Your grandfather had one house and one book. Your child has Google, podcasts, documentaries, court records, and ex-members who are talking. You can't sell the same tale when the audience can fact check in 30 freaking seconds. You can't hide the contradictions when every phone is a freaking library. You can't shame questions when questions are viral. The room is lit. And the stories look different under light. And what happens when a system keeps exposing itself? Credibility dies first. People stop trusting the voice. Young people leave first. They have no fear of old threats. Money dries up next because you cannot fund a lie forever once people see it. Power shifts last. And when it shifts, the people you manage become the people who judge you. The game ain't to be told, to be sold, right? Such a dirty game. That's the collapse we're watching in slow motion. And how do you speak about this without becoming cruel? First, you separate the scarce from the scam. Ethics, community, and service are scarce. Manipulation, extortion, control, and lies are scams. Name both. Two, tell better freaking stories. Stories of repair, not fear. Stories of responsibility, not escape. Stories of building, not fucking begging. 3, demand receipts. If you say God healed, show the medical report. If you say money built a school, show the school. Love and truth are one, and truth loves evidence. 4, protect the vulnerable, the widow, the orphan, the broke student, the sick mother. They are not ATMs. They are humans. Spirits having a human experience. 5, update the narrative. If your story cannot survive questions, rewrite it. A living truth grows. A dead lie, it hides. Truth is not protected by drama, but by principles and values that can be tested. The principle is, a story that fears light will die in light. You dig? The truth is, you cannot lie to a generation with the internet. The morality is to keep selling broken stories, to keep betraying people. And by staying true to these principles, our dignity is refusing to be managed by our tail. Ending fraud is when the authors become classroom, not cash points. An honest world of faith is built by people who chose truth over theater. So yes, yes, understand me? Yes, yes. Religion could have lived for centuries. But, it keeps telling stories that rip its own clothes. And a naked system cannot command respect for long. So I ask, what story from religion embarrassed you the most when you saw behind the freaking curtain? Like Tito in the yellow brick road, the Wizard of Oz, when they pulled the curtain back? If you could rewrite one religious narrative today, what would it be? And what kind of story would you tell your children instead? Get at me. No insults, just truth. And share this if you're done clapping for lies and ready for stories that stand in the light. Religion's had its fucking time. Its stories stole it. Continue to unlearn, relearn, and learn. And learn. The entanglement awoke is among you. Look out for my book. Peace.